Hello there, my name is Anita and this is my sewing channel, Sewing Yogi. Welcome back if you are a subscriber or you have seen my vlogs before, and welcome if you've never seen any of my vlogs before. Today is a Friday Sews and just a quick catch up as to what I've been doing and where I've been. It feels like ages since I have filmed anything. So I thought it would be nice just to come on and just give you a quick update of what's been going on. So last time I think was a vlog for all the things I'd made in July, maybe August, I can't remember. And then I was going to go on holiday in September, and yeah, and a new job was on the horizon. So I have started my new job and I had my first week this week, and today was the last class that I did for this new place, and yeah, it's gone really well. I'm completely exhausted. I haven't done as many classes as I'm doing now since before lockdown, so it's a couple of years, and I've obviously aged in that time. My body has got older, so to say that I'm aching is an understatement. To be fair, I'm not as bad as I thought I would be. I thought I would be much worse. I've been trying to take it easy and have some time out and rest when I can after each class, and try not to demonstrate as much. I am a teacher who demonstrates a lot, so I pretty much do the whole class with the class. And so I'm trying to avoid doing that, although this week I have pretty much done the whole class with everybody. It's a real hard habit to get out of once you do it. So yeah, it's been good though. It's been really beneficial, and we've been, yeah, it's been nice. It's been good, and the classes have been a good attendance. So yeah, to begin with, I didn't think there would be anyone turning up, but yeah, we've had a really good attendance for the first week. So I was on holiday in September, and that was a holiday abroad, and we went to Greece again. And this one perhaps wasn't as good as the previous holiday in June. We had a few hiccups and there was a few ups and downs. The weather wasn't as good. There was a couple of days where it was really cloudy and it rained on one evening and was quite chilly in the evenings. But luckily I'd taken my jumpsuit that I made, the Camille jumpsuit that I made and showed you in my last my last makes video. So I was fortunate I took that, and I also had two other jumpsuits that I had with me, which was good because it was quite chilly. And yeah, we had a few niggles, we had a few problems that we've never had before, and yeah, so it was okay. It was okay. There was some highlights and then there was some down points, but I was glad to get home and just sleep in my own bed without getting bitten by mosquitoes. So yeah, the mosquitoes had a feast on me this particular holiday. I've never really been bitten before to that extent. I think maybe once when I was very young, but since then I've never been bitten as much as I have this time, so that was really odd. And also, before I forget, I am wearing a me-made dress today. Now this dress was what I made for my frugal frocks the first year they ever did it, so not this year just gone, but the year before, and it's a frugal frocks, and it was a free pattern that I got from a magazine. I think it was Simply Sewing, and it's a thing called a maxi dress. I'm not sure if it has another name, but I also think this dress is in the Great British Sewing Bee book. I can't remember which book it is, but it's definitely in one of those books. So I'll stand up and show you. It's a maxi dress, and it has this pretty detail here where you have an empire line that kind of slants down. There's a little bit of gathering underneath the bust here. It has a lovely V-neck and lovely sleeves, a little cuff. And then here's a tiered dress, so it goes down and then it has tiers. So I'll just stand back so you can see it. So here you go, there's the dress, full length, with these lovely tiers. It has two tiers. There's a tier there and then a tier right at the bottom, gathered, which was a bit of a nightmare to sew, but it's a lovely dress. And it was a little bit big, so I just cinch it in with a belt just so it's not too big for me. Sleeves are a little bit long, so next time I will shorten this, but I actually really love this pattern and I keep meaning to make another one because I really like it and I wear it a lot. The weather today is actually quite mild. We've had really nice mild weather these past few days, and so I've just been wearing this, and it's really comfortable around the house. I love this dress, so I will be making another one. So I thought I would just let you know what I've been doing in terms of sewing, and I haven't really got any sewing done. I haven't got much done at all in the terms of sewing. I kind of lost my sojo a little bit when I got back from my holiday. So I've been doing some knitting. Now, if you have watched my vlogs before, you'll know that my knitting skills are not great. I'm a new knitter. I'd say I'm a new knitter. I've only been knitting for about 1.5 years or something. I have knitted a few things before, cardigans, which were not great, but you know, wearable. They were fine. And I was knitting another cardigan, which I started back in probably March, April time, and that's still ongoing. I don't know why, but for one reason or another, I just haven't been able to finish that one. One sleeve is becoming a bit of a nightmare. I've ripped it back about 4 times now. I've knitted it and realised it's wrong and knitted and ripped it back and knitted it again. And again, it's not right and ripped it back. And so now I'm at the stage where it's been ripped back and I'm building myself up to knit it again. So that one is kind of in the naughty corner, waiting to be finished. So then I wanted to just do some small projects essentially. I just thought I'll do something really small, something that's easy to do. And so I started to knit some mittens, and I started to do these on holiday. And again, I ripped them back quite a few times. And so essentially I started knitting something on holiday, which I never actually got knitted. And then I've come back home and found that some really nice yarn from B&M stores. You can get some really nice wool or yarn in B&M stores. And I found this really colourful wool, which was really pretty. And so I started to knit a bingless mitten. And again, this pattern was a free pattern and it's a beginner pattern. And I, for some reason, just could not get my head around this pattern. And it's taken me about 30 attempts to knit this mitten. So I finally knitted it. I've only got one knitten. I've got to knit the second mitten. It's a bit of a mouthful. I've got to knit the second mitten as yet. So now I've just started that. So here I have my mitten, and it's meant to be quite a long sort of length mitten, so it covers your wrists and your arm essentially. You can knit this for as long as you want it. So if I wanted, I could have had like a whole arm. Just so basically I'm going to wear these around the house when it gets really, really cold. And yeah, it's a beautiful pattern, and you'll see it's got almost a cable effect on the bottom, and then just stuck an 8 stitch, and then again you do the cable at the top, and then you have like a little thumb hole here, and it's all done on the magic loop. So if you know anything about knitting, then you'll know what the magic loop is. So essentially there's no seam. It's just knitted on the round on circular needles, so you have no seam at all. Now, I've never done a magic loop before, and I had to try and Google quite a few different vlogs to learn how to do this magic loop. I just could not get my head around it. The one particular vlog I was watching for this pattern, it didn't make any sense to me. I couldn't really understand the way the lady was kind of knitting it. She knitted it in a really weird way that I don't knit in that particular way. It could be that it's a specific way that's knitted in a different country in Europe. It's a different knitting that she did, and I just didn't get it. It wasn't the way I knit and not the way I've been taught. So I had to Google quite a few different knitting techniques to get the magic loop, and I have it now. I have it sussed in my head, and I'm finding it's not a problem. But there were a few snags I was having with laddering. So where you have the join, the tension isn't great, so you can have ladders and it doesn't look very nice. I've sorted that out now, and then again, just the whole magic loop, I just couldn't fathom it. Just didn't make any sense. So I finally got it, and so I've knitted one mitten on this beautiful yarn, which is just different colours, and I'm on the second one now. So that has taken me weeks, weeks and weeks to make that tiny little mitten. But you know, that's fine. And in the process, I've also started to knit a scrunchie with the same yarn. So to get to the second knit, I wanted to get the same colours, but of course you kind of have to go all through the different colours to get to the colour you need. So I started to knit a scrunchie just to get rid of the colours that I don't need till I get back to the pink that I need for the bottom of this. So now I'm at the pink, I've just cast on to get this, and hopefully it will be kind of similar to this one. I didn't want it to be just two different coloured mittens. So yeah, I'm going to be knitting the rest of that once I've finished my second mitten, but that's essentially going to be a scrunchie for my hair, which I thought would be quite nice. And so yeah, I've been doing that. And then I have been looking around for fabrics that I can make a warm kind of, what would you call it? A hoodie? Not a hoodie. I've made one before. I've got a pattern and it's the Simplicity pattern. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'll write it along the bottom. And I've made one before out of fleece. And it is actually a pattern that's meant for knit fabrics, but I made it out of fleece matte fabric. And it worked out fine. It actually came oversized for me. So I'm going to downsize on that and I'm going to try and make another one. But again, I wanted to try and keep the costs low on the fabric because I've looked at a lot of fabric sites online and the fabric is just too expensive for me. I'm still trying to get my money together, so I'm not going to pay loads of money for something. So I went and had a look around the shops and they sell these fleece blankets in Primark. You can get them from lots of different places. Primark's were the cheapest that I found. This was £5 and the sizing of this is 120 centimetres to times 150 centimetres, so that's like 1.5 meters to just under a meter, just over a meter I should say. Now I'm hoping I'm going to get that out of this, but if I don't, I'll just make a shorter version, a top version, so that I can wear that around the house and be snugly warm. It's basically like, what do they call it? It says it on there, Sherpa fabric. So it's like just a sort of fleecy sort of woolly, not woolly, teddy bear fabric. That's it. So yeah, I'm going to have a go and make one of those Simplicity kind of style loungewear things out of this. And I'll let you know how that gets on. Also, I wanted to say thank you to the last vlog, because I mentioned in that last vlog that I was going to try and do a free pattern in every month. And I had loads of positive feedback for that and said that it would be a really good idea if I can get that done. So I have made a free pattern. I did make a free pattern in September and I plan to make another free pattern in October. I'm deciding on which one I want to make yet. I'm not sure. I'll see what I've got in terms of time. But yeah, I'm going to keep on doing it for as long as I can. I may miss a month or two, but I will try and keep doing it because I really do like the idea of it. It's something that's important to me to sort of just do frugal sewing and not to splash out too much. Obviously, like I said before, it's okay to splash out every now and again, I think, if you want to. But for me, it's, a case that I'm not going to be able to as much. So I want to try and keep my costs low. So a free pattern every month is what I'm going to try and get done. And I won't be making promises on that because you never know what happens in life generally. So yeah, and also thank you to all the wonderful comments I got on my jumpsuit, which I mentioned earlier, my Camille jumpsuit. I got loads of positive feedback and you all loved it and loved the colour just as much as I do. So yeah, thank you for that. Really lovely to get the lovely comments and really nice encouragement as well for my vlogs in general. So the next thing that I have is a Minerva project. So I haven't done a Minerva project for a while because I wanted to get lots of other things done in the summer with fabric that I already had. And then when the call out came, they send you an email out to say, this fabrics that you can pick, anything that you want. and I gave them a huge list and none of them were available. So all the plans that I wanted to kind of make something didn't really happen. So I ordered some other fabric, which there was available. And it is this double gauze fabric. So I've got some of this already. And I was just hoping that it would be a similar colour to what I have already when I ordered it. And it is exactly the same colour. So I have lots of this now. So I'm going to make something out of this fabric. I'm going to keep it a secret as to what I'm going to make. But I thought it's going to be something that I can wear in the autumn and winter months. I'm hoping it'll be warm enough. And obviously, because I love this pink sort of colour, it's called a light pink. It has a hints of it being slightly salmony, but not quite. It's not as dark as a salmon pink. But I really love this fabric, really love it. Now, I've never sewn with double gauze before. I've thought about sewing with it before, but never had the guts to do it. So I'm just going to give this a go in my chosen pattern. So you will see more of that in future weeks. I will give you hints as to what I'm making more when I've started it. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. And then in terms of other plans for this month, I haven't decided. I haven't really had time to think about what to make, other than this and the kind of jumpery thing that I'm going to make out of this Primark blanket. Other than that, I haven't really got any other plans, but I thought it would just be nice for me to come on today and just give you a little update of what's been going on. And yeah, so who knows, in a couple of weeks' time, I may have some more to show you. I think I might leave my show and tell of my September makes till the end of October, so you just get September and October together. I think it's probably best now, as we're quite far into October now. I'm not going to have any time this weekend to do anything. And then again, next week is my new classes, which are just completely consuming my mind at the moment. So yeah, and also we've had loads of other things going on. A family member isn't well, so we've been preoccupied with that. It's always very difficult when you have a family member that is suffering with an illness that is never going to go. It's never going to go away. It's always there. So that's quite difficult to come to terms with. But yeah, so we'll just see how life goes in the next couple of weeks, and I shall hopefully get some more vlogs out and show you more things. I really hope I can, because I love doing this, and it's just a case of getting the 5 or 10 minutes just to be able to film something, and then put it out there for you to see, because I obviously want to keep these going. I don't want to lose all you lovely followers, and I just want to keep going with this, because I really love talking to people. I love having your comments and feeding my imagination. That's what it helps me do. It feeds my imagination as to what I'm going to sew up. So yeah, thank you everybody for that, for supporting me. And also, I keep forgetting about this. Now, somebody mentioned this a month or two ago. I think it was a message I had from Instagram. Somebody asked me whether I had a Kofi page or a Kofi page. I don't know how you say it. Now, I do have a page, and I'm just always really embarrassed about saying about it, and I don't know why, but I've just got this mental block with saying about my Kofi page that you can support me if you wish to. And the link for my Kofi page is in the description below, and I will put it along the bottom here as well. If you wanted to help me out in any way you can, buy me a coffee, that would be wonderful. And anything I get, I will definitely put right back into the channel. So it will either be spent on buying fabric, or, you know, haberdashery sort of style things, or, you know, anything that I can find regards to sewing or my knitting. I will definitely put that money back into the channel. So yes, if you would like to support me, then please do. But again, I always just forget every single time. I've had it for, I've had it for about probably a year and I've just never mentioned it. So there you go, I've mentioned it now. So please do support me if you can. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed what I've been chatting about today. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever you get up to. I hope it's really good and joyful and you're full of happiness right now. And as always, sending you all loads of love. So take care. Bye.